Please stand for pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, welcome everybody. All right, what we got? Open up the meeting for the pledge. Motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on February 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion to approve the financial statement for the month of February of 2025. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. Okay, I have nobody on the agenda to talk. We'll move right on to my correspondence. Okay, comprehensive plan, let's talk about that. I know there was some questions on that, the last meeting. You might have missed that, Kevin and Dean, but there was just some comments that were came back. I think it was when Oneida County. Nothing crazy though. It seemed to be some typos, some clarifications, some corrections.
I saw
Yeah, did you? Okay, all right. Did anybody have any questions on anything on that? I did not, but just making sure before we move forward that we weren't missing anything. So they were repeating a couple things. Words. Yeah, and they just deleted some. And then we're gonna add in some grants that we can always go for, so that's always good. Nothing too crazy. I don't think there was anything that was out of the all right, so that being said, we're looking probably to do a public hearing for this, to move it along and try to get it in the books. Do you want to try to do something like this before, like the next meeting? Does that work for everybody, like the 15 minutes before, or you want to do a special one? 15 minutes before?
We can do 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. You good with that too, Dee?
I'm good with that.
I'll be soft.
Okay, all right.
So please do what you can.
Okay, all right, okay, so, let's see, so we're gonna do a resolution to schedule the public hearing for the proposed, presenting the, comprehensive plan for approval on the next board meeting, the 8th? Yeah, April 8th at, 4:45.
Motion in a second, please?
I'll make the motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Everyone, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Aye, thank you. Let's see, MS4, there's no comments received, so we'll submit those to DEC, but there was nothing like that.
Everything's good.
Yep, so no issues there. We need to transfer 5,000 for the, it was a water bond? Or
Yes.
Yeah, it was a water bond, they were just short when we brought it over. It's 100,000, this is the last payment I was told?
Yeah.
Wow, how many years did you have left, Joe?
20, so 01, this,
Huh.
this all went, so probably 25 years.
Wow. They beat that loan on a truck, huh?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, like $10 a month. Okay. Okay, so we're looking to transfer the 5,000 to SW 83040.4 to SW 9730.6. Can I get a motion on that, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
so that's nice, not having a bond again until the bond was paid off, so,
That's huge.
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, we talked about that for years. Until it gets done. I wasn't sure if it was the one from the Boulevard. But it's-
No, that was sewer they all talked about.
Okay.
They all have a big thing about that.
Was this one in the city then? Or
That was White Falls.
White Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That started when I started. Damn.
I feel like that's always so new up there that it's just,
Yeah.
it was just, you know.
Don't
last
seem
year.
like it's 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
25
they,
years.
they put it online in 06,
Okay,
I think,
great.
because they were remember, I don't know if you were here, you might not have been, they were holding us up because, the districts weren't all identified,
Oh,
so that was the selling point for the DEC.
oh.
They said, well, until you get it all done, we're not letting you turn on the new system, so
Oh.
everything's done now.
Okay, all right. Oh, good.
Yeah, so,
That's great.
mhm.
For the new bond, right?
Yep,
Alright, just a reminder, upcoming, training, workplace violence, sexual harassment, Kim will be sending out, an email with some details on that, okay, so just double check, making sure you're getting something from Paris, bookkeeper, will be coming out, just take a moment, just go through the class, and do what we have to do. Okay. If you felt you needed to come here to do it, just let us know as well, we'll set something up here, but it seems like you're just gonna do it anyway, that's okay. Thanks. That's all I had at this moment. Any questions for me? Alright. Highway, Wayne.
Highway, a few things. Actually, the first thing I wanna mention is we talked a little bit there last month about, doing a third week of comp time for the guys, so.
Yeah.
And we don't officially bring it up, or I don't know if there's a motion or something you folks need to, I don't know what you need to do for it, or you wanna.
Yeah, it's all because of the employee handbook.
Right.
That we just need to make sure we had it.
Okay,
it was
so
on
I
the
guess,
line.
I don't know if you folks needed to,
Yes.
it's fine with me, 100% fine with me, I have no problem with it happening at all, for you guys.
What do they do? Right now they get 2 weeks of comp, and then obviously they just wanna be able to comp 3 weeks.
And basically, it's gonna obviously put a little more, save some money in the long run in the budget for
What's
the
the time and a half?
overtime.
You know, use that on paying out.
They'll use it, they'll obviously be compensated for time off, and
Right.
we don't have to take it out of the,
Out of the budget line.
yeah.
Smart.
Smart.
Yeah.
So I just wanna make sure that was one of the, I
Okay.
told Mike I kinda forgot to, that was one of the
I
things.
knew it was on it, I knew. it was-
Okay.
I knew it was gonna be.
Okay,
Okay, so we're looking for a motion then to, increase the highway department. Joe, do you wanna jump aboard on this, or
We can,
do you wanna do that?
Yeah.
Just protect everybody? Okay, the highway department
It's just Robbie, so.
and the water department.
and I can tell you right now, this will not be a every year thing,
I know.
because hopefully we don't have a winter like
Yeah, this was a little over the top.
Hopefully we're another 5 years before we gotta worry about doing what we're doing.
Okay.
It's, anyway.
I know we should just keep it under as hourly employees. I don't know if I should just word it like
I
that.
think I used it on
And
my
then,
notes.
all right, we'll keep it with highway and the water department.
But, yeah, I don't think it would affect the people that are salary anyway.
Definitely not salary, I just didn't know if it.
Everybody else is hourly, so I
Yeah, I
think.
just didn't know if it was, hourly employees. But I think, the employee handbook, I think reads highway.
We could just say highway and water.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do, I think it's the safest way, because that's how it's reads in the employee handbook right now. Upping it one more week to 3 weeks of comp time. Yeah, that'll go along with that, that's pretty much it. Looking for a motion on that, please?
I'll make them.
Maybe a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
One of the others here, talk about some of the equipment, anyway, we were talking earlier in the year about, purchasing a tractor for the tractor deal that this other town had kind of fell through because they had a truck issue and they have to buy a truck, so we're probably not gonna pursue that. But we've, talked a little bit about, the pickup sweeper that we have in the town is, I think it's 25 or 6 years old, and it's really time to upgrade it. This company, J&J Equipment, we actually purchased a hot box from those folks, and they've been absolutely great service-wise. Anyway, this type of truck pickup sweeper, they'll sell used. A new one is, I think they said 380, 300, so anyway, we're not buying a new one, I'll tell you that now. So, anyway, they talked to us that, they put them in their fleet, they have, probably 15 or 18 of these vehicles that they lease out, and after 5 or 6 years, they turn them loose to sell them to the public. And basically, I got all the information here on what year, it's 2019, 30,000 miles, blah, blah, blah. It's $175 for the truck, for the equipment. And, it basically, any moving part, bearing, brooms, skids, anything that has to do with that machine being on the ground or scraping or what have you, it all comes replaced. It's all new equipment, basically. So it's basically like getting a new piece of equipment with 30,000 miles on it.
I gotcha.
Pretty simple, but it basically, what it does too for us is it eliminates having to have 3 people with the broom, because we have to send a water truck with this machine, we have to send a dump truck with it to pick it up, which ties up all the road. This vehicle's all self-sufficient. It will be able to travel like a regular truck to dump where it's got to dump and what have you. So just and actually the hopper, I think, goes from a 3 or 3.5 yard to a 6.5 yard hopper on it, so we get twice as much material, we go twice as far.
And-
Just,
And there's water also on that?
there's water on it, yep. It comes with like, I can't remember if he said 250 or what, I can't remember the water capacity on it, but. And again, the broom that we have, that only carries, it's less than 100 gallons of water that's on it, and it's never enough.
Sure.
But we talked, a while back there, JC and the folks had the ARPA stuff you talked about.
Right.
We earmarked
Right.
some money for the machine, basically for $100,000 to put toward the machine from the ARPA money, and we only have to pay $75,000 for the machine, basically, it's gonna be that, so.
Do they give you a warranty?
They'll give you a warranty, yep. I forget if he said the first or second, but there's a service, they'll service it, first. And really, there's a lot of less moving parts than the machine we have now. So it's basically bearings and a blower motor and stuff like that. It's not a chain, a conveyor, a broom, a this, a that, and, it just, so, and then we'll sell the broom we have. We'll get rid of that, I really don't know what it's worth. It's just, we piece that thing together for, you gotta figure after about 10, 12 years, it's picking up nothing but sandy, salty material, and it rots. I don't know how hard you clean it and take care of it and paint it, it's just time for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's, one of them.
I'm sorry, are we going, you're not getting the other one that Schmidt uses, remember that? One that was-
No, we're not
Okay,
getting
we're
that
not
stuff.
getting that one.
No, this
This
is
will
actually,
replace it.
it's actually, this will replace it, actually. This is exactly, the only difference with this truck and the one that we're looking at is, it's got a chrome package, which I don't really care, that don't mean nothing, but basically it comes with aluminum wheels instead of painted wheels, it comes with a chrome bumper instead of a painted, just things like, but it doesn't cost any different. So that's where that is.
Okay, I think what we need to do with that though is unless it's coming through a state, is that a state contract?
They are all in the, everything with the,
It's not state bid.
I know,
it's the-
share,
maybe it's,
yeah, it's that something form.
it's not shared, it's,
No.
Why do I can't think of the name of it?
That's right.
what is it?
It's the same thing, yeah,
I know, yeah.
but I can't remember.
They are
I'm not
involved in
sure.
it though, they are involved in that, God, you had to say that.
I know.
Come on, Michael, help us out.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Gina would know it. Too.
Because they always offer it to you if it's either state bid or.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as that's considered state bid, if not.
Yes, it is,
Okay, we
no,
gotta
it
set
is,
up.
it is, and that was one of the things, cause they actually invited us out and I took 4 or 5 of the guys out to probably obviously to run the machine and, they explained and it is, that was one of the questions because I wanna say Kim or Mike said that we had to find that out.
Sure, okay.
It-
Yeah, because if not, we gotta put it out to bid.
Yeah, no,
We were
no,
hesitant because being a used piece, how are you gonna get a state contract, but if there are
yeah,
through the
It's
same.
falling under
agency.
that,
what is it called, man, come on.
I'm
It's,
thinking of sure something, but it's probably
I
not
know.
that.
But it is, it's basically that, exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so.
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell, that's what it is.
Thank you.
And it is, they are under Sourcewell, this company is under that, so
Sourcewell.
that was kinda nice, yeah, we didn't have to do that.
Sourcewell is considered a state contract.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So we're not.
Good thing you brought that.
Hold that.
Yeah, that's how they can,
I don't know how I
can
did it.
that's how they can resell the used stuff through Sourcewell.
Yeah, okay,
Yep,
that makes
yep,
sense.
and they are.
Alright.
And, I mean,
Are you looking for us, then you're looking for a resolution to
I,
pursue this?
if we have to, because obviously we haven't handed any money over at all or done anything to that, we just signed an agreement to suggest we're interested in it.
Okay.
So, if that's the case,
Okay, so you're looking for the resolution to be able to pursue the purchase of the, I gotta pick up sweeper, but I didn't know what year.
yeah, it's the
19.
2019, yep,
2019, pickup sweeper.
yeah, regenerative air sweeper is what they call it.
Okay.
And that's good, because that's what we earmark the money for, is regenerative air sweep.
Yep, that's exactly
Oh,
what
yeah,
it is.
right, when it came right down to it, that's exactly what we did anyway. All right, I don't think there's any issue besides, okay.
And we have the money in the budget, obviously, we're not, I guess,
Okay, maybe you don't need a resolution if we already did it
anyway,
before last
whatever
time.
you folks got.
Well, we only made a resolution to earmark the money. you'd wanna make a resolution
To
to
purchase,
spend it.
okay, yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense. Okay, so we're looking for a resolution then, to purchase this 2019 pickup sweeper, blah, 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 in the amount of, not going over.
It's gonna be 175,000 FOB, Bruin, to be delivered, blah, 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 that's it,
Okay.
175.
At 175.
Yep.
Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Second thing is, I got a phone call here a little while back from Art Hughes, who's the salesman for Utica Mac. And back before Jim had left, they put you had to, because they didn't know how we were gonna be able to buy a truck or buy heavy equipment, so you had to put your name in a spot to hold a spot if this comes about that
If you want.
we'll call you. Well, we'll call you if something comes up. And well, he did it, thank God, so I got a phone call from Art, and, they're going to be having an open build slot for a snowplow. Obviously it'd be a Mack, basically like we have, except it'll be single wing, one wing. They have an open build spot in August for a truck. And it gets us, if it happens, if this can happen, obviously, it gets us before any of the dates or any of the stuff for, the electric vehicle stuff. And, talking to Art Hughes, he said that, I just wanna let you know that it's okay if it doesn't happen, I'll take you off the sheet, it's fine if we don't. He goes, but if you wait too long, it could be plus $200,000 for the vehicle. So the cab and chassis of the truck, I believe, is 173, what the spec was for that. And it will be plus $200,000 if they make us do an electric vehicle.
What's the lead time on something like that?
I wanna say, he said the cab and chassis itself could be October or November. The problem with it is, I don't wanna say problem, because it's actually okay if it takes that long, is the body, the plow equipment, and the sander body and what have you. That's part of, that would be Tracy Road equipment, like we have on the other stuff, the Everest stuff, and they're 16 months out.
That's what I
From-
thought, I don't.
They're 16 months out to delivery date, which was okay. I talked to Mike and Kim, were great about helping out with this, but it actually would work out good, because if it does take that long, which it probably would take that long, that the bond would be done for the other truck and you would never miss.
It would just fit.
Yeah, it wouldn't affect anything, so to speak. And we looked, we have money in the unexpended, plenty of it, that if the cab and chassis did come due, we could purchase it without doing anything, raising anything or
Yeah,
doing
that
anything
was
like that.
my concern, Max gonna wanna be paid,
Yeah,
after it's built.
Yep. but we do have funds
Right. You gotta do-
available for it.
Yeah. that makes
And
sense.
something else too, and it's funny because I've never really been involved in the process except the fire truck when we've ever done it, but it's just funny that, the things that you learn off that we've been buying, and I'm like, man, why do we get this stuff from? And when you actually talk to somebody, they're like, no, you don't have to do that, you can do this. I'm like, oh, it just things are funny talking about. But that's where we are with that stuff.
So
Folks,
do you want to proceed with, are you looking for a motion?
I
to
guess
Purchase?
I would, obviously, for whatever, the whole truck, but definitely the cab and chassis being this early, if we can, and we'll use, if need be, we'll use unexpended for the purchase of the cab and chassis. And then it basically puts it in our hands. Town of Bridgewater just did the same thing. Actually, they've had a brand new cab and chassis in their building for over a year.
Okay.
And the problem was you could get the truck, but you just couldn't get the plow equipment and stuff. And I don't care where, you go to Viking, you go to Trace, I don't care where you go, they're all in the same boat with this equipment. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how come
And, well, I can tell you why, probably a lot of it is, it's Canadian.
Oh.
I was just gonna say that.
To try to get
By the sounds
stuff
of things,
from.
that's only gonna get worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's where we, I mean, the truck actually will, if this does prevail, we're gonna get rid of an 07 that we have with 200, and
Okay.
then that's gonna be
You're
gone.
gonna ask that way. That's what's gonna go out the door.
2007 Sterling will be gone.
Oh,
Okay.
Which basically it'd be 20 years old, pretty much by the time we got this truck, it'd be ready to get rid of it.
And Max can handle the hills and everything.
Yeah, we, actually,
That's what's on the hills now.
yeah, both Max,
Both
both the big hills are,
And it's gonna be four-wheel drive.
it'll be rear wheel, it'll be a tandem. We got one four-wheel drive still, that's all we're gonna keep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I remember that one.
the big Oshkosh, that's the only four-wheel drive we're gonna keep.
Alright,
Yeah, that's,
okay, so you're looking for a motion to purchase the 2020,
it'd be let me see, it says on the thing here.
and it'd be the cabin chassis.
Yeah, 2025, I believe he said. Again, they're a Sourcewell dealer, right there, see, that's, I should've just opened this, I would've knew what we were talking about. Actually, 2026,
Okay.
there's a 2026 model year.
So that's 175, right, the basic.
The
truck.
cabin chassis is 173, whatever, I forget, yeah, say 174 to be safe,
Yeah, not to exceed, okay.
say 174 it is. And everything, you know,
How much is the plow?
plow
Do you know
equipment.
roughly? I mean, if
Yeah,
you-
I actually reached out to Jeremy Roden. John Roden is still doing it, but for years, John Roden has sold equipment for all the towns and stuff, and his son Jeremy, he's still there, but Jeremy's kind of taken over the snowplow, whatever. And, again, this stuff is tentative because if this tariff stuff does go through,
Right.
this could be a little bit more, but, the total list price of plow equipment, sander equipment, all the stuff that you need was, the list price was $236, and with a discount, and the total package price for the plows and bodies, $165.7. So basically, from 2021 or 2, what is Mike's truck, 22? It's 2 or 3 years old. It's about a $38,000 difference
Yeah,
from what
about.
we did. Basically, same truck, just new. And again, they say it every year about emission stuff, and obviously, I don't know what, ever, but usually emission, every year as they progress forward, it's usually a 15% increase, they tell us when you do fire trucks.
Yeah.
I'm sure this stuff is a,
Actually, it's lower than I thought it was gonna be.
Honestly, hey,
Yeah.
it's 380.
Yeah, so did I.
so, that's kind of where that is, and obviously, we can wait on this stuff, this
So
is
you,
gonna be.
okay, so you want at least that motion so you get that spot?
Yep,
Right?
that's fine, just so we can tell Art that we can have the spot, and, cause he told me, he goes, you guys don't want it, he goes, I got 110 people that want it.
Okay, alright.
He goes, I will have this filled in 5, I said, okay,
Okay.
we'll make sure.
I know Mac and Art there, they're good to us. So all
And the
this-
nice thing about paying for that cabin chassis out of unexpended balance is you only have to finance 160,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
And you could shorten that bond up if you
Our
wanted to
bond
meet,
will be a lot smaller.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe purchase another truck, you know, cause
Yeah.
you gotta get on that list because it's a year or two out.
Well, what happened
So-
is, the problem what happened with what we did is, when Woody left and Mike took over, we purchased a couple of trucks for a cheaper price, and they were 100% cheap.
Yeah,
And the engines in them they cost $25,000 every time a cylinder went, and it really put the town back
Yeah.
a lot. Because technically, the '07, that should be already gone.
sure, that's right.
If it worked the way it was.
Sure.
And unfortunately, we had to get rid of a 2009 and a 2010, and keep the '07 and the '06 and those trucks, because them trucks were
Freightliner?
money pits.
Freightliners.
They were absolutely horrible. Now you can't even buy one with any of that, you
No.
can't get it.
Okay,
They don't even make them because they were so,
so bad.
oh, it's horrible.
But they weren't intended for plowing, correct?
Well, they were a vocational truck, I guess is what you say. They really, Bob Ribb used to say years ago, you can put a snowplow on anything. I can put a snowplow on a bus if you want me to.
That's right.
But not, is it gonna work? No. So that was one of them deals out, it was a good idea, and it was cheap. That was the problem. It was cheap.
Well, the county bought them too.
They have no more. Actually, they probably got rid of them in the last 3 years. They don't even have a truck. Because the same reason.
Right.
And every time, the problem was the engines in them, they call it, it's Mercedes engines that are in these trucks, that when the cylinder went, you had to pull 90% of the top of the engine off to get a cylinder out. It wasn't like Cummins or one of them, they all have three separate heads. If the front one goes, you pull it. You know, you could do half of it. These trucks had to all be pulled apart to get to it. It just was just a bad design,
Sure.
and it cost a lot of money.
Okay, alright, so we're looking to do a motion to purchase, 2026, cabin chassis, truck. Not to exceed, $174,000.
Yep.
I think that's really kinda what we need at the moment.
Where's that made?
Through Mac.
What is it?
Mac.
I'm just curious.
Munskiki, Muscanini, something, Pennsylvania. It's made here.
Okay.
It's like Macajinji, or I can't remember it. They used to be made in Allentown, but they're in another section of Pennsylvania that they build the trucks. They're here in the United States.
Okay.
With Mac in there, you got that one. Okay. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
Alright, good deal. Alright. What else, Wayne? Good?
No, that's it, I'm
Don't
done.
ask for anything.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. The problem is, it's just been so busy to be able to get stuff, just up to say something with winter,
Perfect.
so we're good.
Thank you. Thank you. It's winding down, so.
It's winding down. We've had 2 crews out patching today, so
Yeah.
nobody can call and complain about potholes.
Yeah, hot box, right? That's
We had them out and we had our 1 ton there, we're kind of trying to split them up on each side, so,
Yeah.
yep.
Great. Hope that hot box is working well too, right? That's
Oh, yeah, that thing's,
good.
that's one of the best purchases we've ever bought.
I'm glad. Yeah,
Yep, that thing works awesome.
Good.
I can't even tell you, I bet we've put 35 ton of material through this thing, and when we tell that company that we've done that, they're like, I can't believe it. Yeah. I mean, we use it, you know?
It's good. I'm so glad.
God, we're so glad to hear that, you know, they're just tickled about hearing it.
Sure.
Okay, good. Gina is out sick. Mike, did you have anything?
I don't have anything, but Association of Towns dinners, March 20th, 2025 at Marble Hill Inn. RSVP with Gina by the 14th if you wanna go. Let's see, speaker Kathy Seville, Director, Investment Services, I guess, so probably Association of Towns.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Everyone saw the budget too. The budget looked good from Danielle. Nothing too crazy. Still on track. Nothing looks bad. Yeah. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Good.
Alright, I know, yeah, Gina's sick, but we're gonna call Gina, she just wanted to go into executive session, because she wanted to talk about proposed litigation with us. Joe, did you have anything before I close?
Actually, I just have one thing that I didn't have when Mike asked me. Everything, the new pump station, software plant, all that stuff, and the piping and hydrants has gone for state approval.
Oh, great, okay,
So
alright,
I knew you'd be happy to hear that.
yes,
I just got the email yesterday. So I was tagged in it, or
yeah.
copied in it, so they are definitely out, because Eric called me about it yesterday.
Okay, that's great. Start moving forward with
Yep.
some, getting that building built
Yes.
and,
So,
long overdue.
yeah, they're open a short approval. That's what, because Jack was here today, trying to help Clayville with their problems,
Oh, okay.
so.
Yeah, Morgan Road's leaking.
Hey, Tom,
What's it?
I can have your number, I call Lee.
Yeah,
If Doug and Morgan run,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then I'm like, I know it's not ours, but
Yeah.
probably not somebody.
I said, it's been leaking since Friday.
Yeah.
It was
Don't worry
like-
about it.
I got calls too.
Did you?
Oh, no doubt, people are just,
I got none.
you know, you wanted people to pay attention to something, they wouldn't pay attention to a damn thing. Something like that, oh my God.
I actually thought, I think it's just the snow melting, but it wasn't. I didn't drive by it.
No,
so-
it wasn't just a.
It wasn't. Oh, jeez. Alright, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that update, that's huge. Gary, nothing.
Yeah, the pickleball courts aren't open yet, so. I have to get
Come on,
those
get
in,
them open up today.
shovel them off. I know.
16th,
right?
no.
By the end of the week, they should be pretty close.
Once they open, I'm gonna order the bench to go inside of it, so we have a place to put it. I still got it on my desk, so.
If you
What's
need to.
Opening soon?
I mean,
I don't think.
Well, no,
We gotta
listen,
be careful.
I don't, whatever you guys say or whatever, just call, we'll come move, we'll get the snow out of the way, if you're gonna
I
open
guess
it
we'll just
early.
keep an eye on the weather, just.
Yeah, that's all we're doing,
Sure.
yeah.
That's up to you guys, but you just call. and say, hey, you wanna move that
If
pile?
it's truly gonna be upper sixties this weekend, people are gonna be itching to get
Yeah.
out.
Well, they-
And I know that, but if it snows, you know what's gonna happen, they're gonna go in there with their shovels and everything else.
Oh, yeah, you don't want,
And take the surface off, so, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be the spoiler, but I wanna keep them in good shape.
that's fine, we used to say,
Yeah, I probably won't do it until the end of the
The
week.
right, what do
So
you,
just
what do
leave
you?
the snow there and we'll deal with it, or as it goes.
That's all, but JC will get the phone calls.
Usually
Yep.
April 15th.
April 15th, yeah, whatever. I'm hoping that's gone by next week.
I mean, I just worry about, because if it snows and then it gets icy down there and people can't get their cars,
Yeah.
that's the only thing. I don't like to leave it open.
And plus, we don't wanna waste salt.
Yeah, no.
No.
We wanna save that, that's cold.
Okay. All right, let's see here. If that's the case, then we're going to executive session. Anybody else? All right, okay, motion to go into executive session at 5:30 for litigation. Okay, second. All in favor? All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. All right, gonna motion to come out of executive session at 5:51 PM? Second? All right, all in favor? All right, just for the record, no decisions were made during the executive session. Motion to pay the vouchers.
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Let's see, motion to close the meeting at 5:52 PM. All right, second. All right, all in favor? All right, thank you, everybody. Enjoy your evening, get some of that sun, get some of that warmth as you can.